just being a beautiful girl. It's a high. I laugh because if I don't laugh, I will cry. Being a like, my problems are apparently they just graduate. In the I have 5 days to find a spouse. Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Bernice, everybody's big sister, and this here is the hashtag Sister Squad. To become a member, subscribe, get notified, and make sure you don't leave without commenting, because that's what we do around here. If you're a new subscriber watching me for the first time in 2024 or for the first time during Vlogmas, I would really appreciate a shout out. Please say hey in the comments with just a wave. Yeah, you don't have to complicate it. I don't like to complicate comments, you guys, but I do need you guys to comment, so please do comment. So just wave if you're new here this year. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, as you can see from the title, this is just a recap video of 2024, also a little bit of a get to know me because some of you are new here. I haven't done a get to know me video in a minute, so I think it's definitely timely. So let's get into it, you guys. I did ask you guys to send me some questions here on YouTube via a post and also on Instagram, so I'm going to be answering your questions. Most of the questions are very similar, and so I will just try to cover the ones that are similar into like one big one. But I've got about 9 questions to answer. Hopefully this is an interesting video. Let's get into it. Yeah guys, this is obviously a sit down. I wanted to do it mukbang style, maybe eat something or do my makeup, but I just feel like I get so distracted when I'm doing something else, and so I decided to just sit down, a good old sit down. And then secondly, the reason why I didn't want to do food is because I had food poisoning the last week into engi goweyona for like a good straight 7 days, guys, because of takeaways. So I just like, I'm avoiding them until further notice. First question is, what has kept me going this year? Guys, had it not been for God, had it not been for Usmagate, had it not been for Usoninanini, I would not have made it this year. I definitely know for a fact. God kept me going. My spiritual life kept me going, right? Having a relationship with God, having prayerful friends, prayerful family, it really kept me going. There were a lot of challenges this year, and I believe that I conquered all of them through prayer and just having faith in God and knowing that He's in control, that He has a bigger picture. Hearing Him say in His word that He has plans to prosper me, plans to give me hope and a future. Hearing that He has already fought for me, He's already prepared the way, He goes before me. That gave me great comfort and kept me going. Even in this season where there are challenges, I still stand on His word. That has definitely kept me going this year. Next question is, are you single? And the answer is yes, I am single like a newborn. There's this guy we used to hang out with in our early 20s, and he always used to say, hey, Mina, I'm single like a newborn. And he was not single at all. He had a steady girlfriend. But anyway, Mina, personally, yes, I am single. Am I ready to mingle? Am I willing to mingle? No, I just feel like I need at least another 2-3 days single, and then I can yeah, like guys, I feel like I do need another 2-3 months of being single to enjoy a single season, to enjoy the work that I have to put into myself. I will talk about this a little later in one of the other questions, but I feel like I need to work on myself. It's a me thing, a me decision that I've taken to just spend another 2-3 months of singleness and then get back in the saddle. I don't want to be single for too long. Okay, the goal is to get married one day. The goal is to give Ngazi a sibling one day. And so obviously youth is not forever. I might look young, but I'm definitely not young. I'm in my 30s now, and so time has become sort of a little bit of a factor in certain things. But I would like to get married relatively, still qualifying as youth. You know, I feel like I'll still be as youthful in when I'm in my 40s, but I still actually want to be physically young, like literally agically young when I get married. So I don't want to be single for long, okay? But if God says be single for another 2 years, I'm gonna cry the whole time, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that is the answer to that question. Next person says, what has motivated you to be so consistent in your content? Oh yeah, you are killing it. And I'd like to say thank you so much for that compliment. I was motivated by ching ching. Well, obviously I think that has been my biggest motivation. I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to be fake about it. Money has definitely been the greatest motivation. I have a child now, and I'm at an age where there's certain things that I really need for myself to be able to do for myself. I'm in my independence era. I think I spent a lot of my adult life in, I don't know how to put it without overspilling or making it look or sound somehow, but I've had a codependency a little bit with certain people in my life, and I've always been working on my own things. I've always been someone on 100 rand now with my effort. You guys know I've had Style 013 since 2016 and all of that, but there has been a bit of dependency here and there on my parents and other people in my life to help me out on certain things. So I'm in an era where I really want to stand on my own. You know, I want to get my own car soon, and I want to move out, all of that stuff. So I really wanted to put in the work to see if this content thing won't pay off, and it's actually paid off quite a bit this year. I've been able to do a lot and earn quite well, and I'm hoping that it will be the case even next year. So that has been the motivation, the biggest motivation. And also I realized something about myself during this year is that I am a starter, but I'm not a finisher. I hate to admit that about myself, but truly, I mean, you just have to be honest, you know, with yourself sometimes, all the time. Actually, you really have yourself. You are the only person you will definitely have, Naganjan. Other than Jesus, you are the only person you will definitely have. So you have to be very honest with yourself. And one of the things I noted about myself was the fact that I am one person who starts things, but it's really hard for me to finish things, be it a book, be it a new idea, be it a new concept. Look at Sister Sessions. When last did I do a Sister Sessions video? I have my reasons, but like really, you know, Sister Sessions event, I wanted to do a year-end event. I didn't do, like, there's a lot of things that I've started, whether outwardly or started writing down ideas or plotting or planning, and I didn't finish. So I started this thing as a content creator, and I want to see it to fruition. So that's why I also decided to be consistent in my content. And thank you so much for supporting my content. Sister Squad definitely supports. I appreciate it so much. This question is, do you have a degree or qualification? If so, what is it? Those who've been here for a while, they know I studied mechanical engineering at Tshwane University of Technology. So I do hold a diploma in engineering. Yeah, mechanical engineering. And then the next question is relevant. It says, would you consider a 9-to-5? Going back to a 9-to-5, yes, I would 100% consider it. I have considered it, to be quite honest. I love being my own boss. Hence, I've also decided to be consistent in my business and all of that, so that I can make my enough money that won't make me feel like I'm wasting my life, you know. But I would definitely consider getting a 9-to-5 job, because Njobang Shilo earlier on that there's things that I want to buy for myself, things that I want to be able to do and do it independently of anyone else. And so I would definitely consider doing a 9-to-5, but I gave myself a time period that I won't disclose to see how much content and Style 013 can take me, or how far it can take me before I actually need to start really brushing up my CV. And I am in my 30 honest bong, or 30 so my youth years are ending, and I might not qualify for as many jobs as, you know, I would like. But qualification yona ikona, experience yona ingane but ikona. So should it push come to a shove, or should I see not the fruits not fruiting the way that I want, then I can definitely consider going back to a 9-to-5. A lot of you asked me about parenting. How's parenting? How did parenting change you? How is parenting in 2024? All of that. I'm just gonna sum it up. My overall experience of motherhood this year, guys, motherhood rocked me this year. I don't even want to come and lie to you guys. It was really the biggest challenge of the year for me. Like dealing honestly and dealing gently with myself in terms of my journey on motherhood, being a toddler mom. I laugh because if I don't laugh, I will cry. Being a toddler mom is a challenge, you guys. It's not easy. These people are quite a handful. And I think 1.5-year-olds are even more frustrating because they don't really speak. They have a very limited vocabulary, and their choice of sound or choice of communication is screaming. And so they scream for everything. They scream for juice, they scream for poop, they scream for sleep, they scream for toys, they scream for everything. And so that's very overwhelming. And then if you're a boy mom, you would know this. I don't know if it's all boys, but I've seen that it's a pattern. They are very clingy. They love their moms. And if the mom is in the room, they will neglect and deny everyone else and give you all of the attention. So there's very little relaxation. There's very little free time, very little freedom, because they just prefer you over everyone else. And so it's been a journey, but watching my son grow, seeing his personality come out, and him being so loving and caring and cuddly with me, it's really been so good. Especially in I'm like a newborn. I'm single like a newborn, so I get all of my love and affection from my son. And I've realized that this is why a lot of moms, especially boy moms, stay single for a long time. Like, you don't, obviously everyone wants to be in a romantic relationship, but there's just so much love from being a mom to a boy that you don't even, like, you miss it, but you don't really like you wouldn't die. You would literally survive off the love and protection and affection you get from your little boy. So it's been a roller coaster, and motherhood is a roller coaster. And I've come to realize and accept that it's a roller coaster, a lifelong roller coaster, because as sick as they just like, my problems are apparently they just graduate. In the first few months, you're like, oh, I can't wait to sleep again. Now my son is sleeping through the night, but he wakes up at 5 a.m. and screams for the rest of the day. So my problems are kind yeah. Our pale I graduate. I feel I've been a diploma, degree, masters. Soon it's gonna be a financial challenge being a mom, because by you're a crashy and cut. But my summation of motherhood, roller coaster. Why a roller coaster? Because a roller coaster goes up and down, and 1 minute you're like, oh my god, this is so fun, and then it dips and you're like, oh, I'm gonna die. It literally feels like that. It's literally feels like that. But as much as it's been a roller coaster, having support has really made it so much better. Having people that I can rely on to watch my baby and give me some time to have my mom days. You know, I introduced mom days a few months ago, and I really enjoy those, where I get to spend the whole day away from my baby, whether if it's going to work or going to just relax somewhere or have fun with my friend or whatever. It's been very, very beneficial to have that support. I have my cousin, shout out to her, who watches my baby when I do have to work. I do thank her, I pay her, but you know, I'm not paying her a salary, I'm thanking her. So she's actually doing me a huge favor. I love her so much, and I'm thankful for her for taking care of my baby. Then obviously there's his dad. They are really, really close, and so he's been very helpful. And when he's available, he's literally just a phone call away. Even on days where I'm like, today I'm going to ukona, but let me just see what I can move around, you know. That's been very, very helpful, very, very helpful. My mom obviously has also been there for me in terms of watching my baby and just taking care of things that I don't have to worry about. So yeah, the support definitely makes it more doable. Someone actually asked me, Guti, I forgot that question. Someone asked me, how has having a baby changed the relationship with the person I had a baby with? Honestly, it has made us relate better to each other. I will say that it has made us relate so much better. We have one common goal, like more than ever, we have one thing that we can agree upon, that we love this boy and we want him to have the best life. And so that has softened us up for each other. And so it has made us able to co-parent so well. Like, I was really dreading the idea of co-parenting. I was dreading the idea of not of having a child out of wedlock and all of that, but just having that common goal of wanting to see this person be sharp has really, really helped us to be good friends and co-parent so well. So where are you spending Christmas this year? I'm spending it with my in-laws. I may be single, but I have like, I'm shooting this on the 17th of December, so I have like less than 10 days. Ooh, I've got like I've got like 5 days to find a partner, get married, so I can have in-laws. Because last year I said, this is my last Christmas with my family. So I have 5 days to find a spouse. Reasonable. It's completely reasonable. Guys, I'm spending it with my family. I'm just not sure where. Last year I spent it with my maternal side, so this year I would like to spend it with my paternal side. But ideally I would have loved to spend it with my in-laws, but okay, we plan and the boys decide. Someone asks, how do you plan to re-strategize the things you did not achieve? Okay, basically she's asking me, how do I plan to achieve what I didn't manage to achieve this year, next year? There's only one real big goal that I had for this year, and I was this close to achieving it, but yeah, my re-strategizing, I think, just to push more. I don't think there's anything that I need to do differently. I just feel like I definitely want to be more financially responsible. I'm praying. I'm going to fast. January must fast as a church. I'm going to fast for fashion campaigns so that I just don't buy any clothing with my own money. Definitely my biggest goal is to be more financially responsible and financially independent, more financially independent. And yeah, I think that's just the only re-strategizing that I have to do, is just to be more financially accountable and responsible. But the goal will definitely be met soon, and yeah, God is good. In the right time he will make it happen. I have to do my part, and my part is to continue to work hard and smart, and be financially responsible. What do you think is your best piece of content this year? Wow, I feel like I put out a lot of really good content this year, but I think my most fun content was the one I did for the campaign with Middleburg Mall, where I did food shopping, where I was grocery hunting for where I was comparing the price of groceries. I think that was hilarious. I just like, the idea was so random, and it came out exactly as I randomly thought it in my head. So I think that was the best content. It was very out of the box, very unorthodox, very unexpected, and it got a lot of good engagement as well. So yeah, I remember even the people that typically stalk me and not follow me and not comment, they commented on that reel. I know this one particular oh my girl, she's always stalking my stories name. Okay, these days I don't really check, but clearly she still is. I used to check back when I had a little fewer followers than I do now, and she was always in my stories, and she would never comment on anything. She wouldn't follow me. She wouldn't do, like, she was just there just to see what I'm doing. When I posted that reel, my stalker went and laughed on that reel. So I mean, what more can I say? Clearly it was that good. So I think that is definitely my favorite content piece of 2024. But I love everything that I've put out. I put a lot of work, effort, and attention to detail in everything that I do. So what were your highs and lows this year? Guys, you know, I also learned something. As this year, I'm on a journey to learning myself, like learning about myself, learning about my traits. I learned something about myself this year, is that I have a tendency of packing away painful experiences. Like I quickly just like, I get over painful, traumatic experiences so quickly, to the point that I box them so deep in my memories that I don't even, you know how people will say, I I feel that pain as if it's happening now. You know, when you relive something, you feel like I box it away. For example, my birth experience was a little bit difficult. I was in labor for a long time and I wasn't dilating. I've never told you guys this, but I wasn't dilating. And I really wanted to have a natural birth. Like with all of my heart, I wanted to push. So I kept holding on, waiting to dilate. I did not dilate, but I was in excruciating pain. And yeah, the situation was just intense. And so my family was there. They saw me in that pain and all of that. And so every time the topic of me giving birth comes up, my sisters get emotional. Like they literally, like Zanele was talking about it. She's like, oh, I don't even want to talk about that. Like I've never been so traumatized in my life. And I said to her, I feel like you're exaggerating. And she's like, what? And I genuinely felt like she's exaggerating because I packed away that pain. I packed away that experience so deep in my memory, and I neutralized it as if like I had a long labor and then I eventually had to get a C-section. Exact, you know. So I do that a lot. So I don't know if I have any. I probably do have like some really low lows this year, but I think for this year a lot of the lows were like family lows. I didn't have any directly personal lows this year. It's just a lot of challenges that I faced this year. We faced as a family. Fortunately, we are a very tight-knit, loving, praying family. So we got through them, you know. One of the bigger challenges was my brother was in a car accident this year. And he's in great shape and he's in recovery. It was a difficult season, but God was good. God came through and all is well. And then highs. I think just having campaigns almost every month this year, yeah, was the highlight. Because I mean, last year was a very dry season for me financially. We were last year being broke, guys. Being broke on last year, embarrassing. But yeah, this year definitely I had income every month. I had campaigns almost every month, and while paying campaigns at that, I grew on social media. I grew just in skill. I grew my community. It really grew. Like there's a lot more people supporting me on a more genuine thing, on a genuine level. I believe even if the numbers are not there, I always console myself to say my community though it's growing. I have people who are so loyal to the sister squad and are loyal to my content and support it and recommend it. I've gotten campaigns, I've gotten little deals here and there, freebies from people who said, Ubanbani said, you are really good at promoting, they watch your channel. Ubanbani said, you know, we should really work with you because, you know, there's a pending, I sent my invoice for a campaign now because of someone who follows me on her personal account and realized with Tim there's a potential campaign rolling out. Let me recommend Bernice. So, yeah, I think those were my biggest highs this year. And just being beautiful. Just like having clear skin and having ifika and having just being a beautiful girl. It's a high. No, but having a figure is really one of my highs this year. It's been easy to get dressed. It's been easy to look good. I haven't shopped much this year. I only started shopping towards the end of the year, but I've been able to look good all year because I started fitting back into my older clothes. So that's also been a high. I actually lost the footage, but guys, definitely up there with my biggest high for 2024 was hosting the Bougie Beauty Brunch. It was such a huge success. It impacted me in such a great way. The overall turnout, the execution, the lessons we learned during the event, everything about it, Nje, was just so exceptional. So it is definitely up there with my biggest high, especially in my career for 2024. Then this is the last question, guys, that I'm going to answer. Most of your questions were really around the same stuff. So I hope that I did cover your question. If I did not, please do drop it below so that I can answer it. But I will probably answer it maybe in the coming vlogs. Ne? Yeah. 3 biggest lessons of 2024. Number one, I will say that my biggest lesson for 2024, and I'm still learning, you know, because sometimes that's why some things, like for instance, if you apply to a course, it's going to take you a minimum of a year if it's a certificate, 3 years if it's a diploma, 4 years if it's a degree, you know. So it's a lesson that I'm learning, is to believe in myself first. I said it already, that I had someone discourage my dreams and discourage the things that I really want for myself. And it was really hard to overcome that voice, even though it was one voice out of many other positive voices. One voice can really come in and destroy your whole self-esteem, right? So my biggest lesson was definitely to believe in myself first, to believe in what God says about me, and believe that I can do what I can do, what I think I can do, you know. And let it be encouragement to you as well. Believe in yourself. You know, there's a reason why you can't stop thinking about that thing. There's a reason why you can't stop seeing yourself as a doctor, seeing yourself as a makeup artist, seeing yourself employed somewhere. There's a reason why you keep thinking about it, because God is implanting it. God is showing you, you know. Some of us are not going to have the dreams like Joseph, where he had the dream where his brothers were bowing before him. Some of us are not going to have those dreams, but we're going to have little impressions in our minds, in our hearts. We're going to constantly be pondering on these things, and that's because we're supposed to have those things. We're supposed to be those people. And so there's a reason why you keep seeing yourself in that light. It's because you are capable of getting there, and you are destined to get there. You are predestined for that particular thing. So believe in yourself even when others don't believe and don't understand. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. I posted recently, I reshared something about confidence, that there are some people who are so underqualified for certain things, but they are doing well in it because they believe that they can do it. Lesson number 2, take accountability for the role you play in your life. Joe, I think she's a few times already that I've learned a lot about myself this year. And one of the things that I had to do was take accountability for my role in how certain things played out. Take accountability for how I spent my money, how relationships turn out, how I'm raising my child, how I treat my parents, how I treat my friends, how I treat my business. If I fail at something, I've had to sit down and say, okay, so this friendship didn't work out, and these are the reasons why it didn't work out. And then, okay, this is the role I played in this particular thing that made the relationship not work out, or the friendship not work out. Okay, so my business has only made 500 Rand this month. What role did I play in that? I didn't post. I sent out an order late. I didn't buy material. Like, you know, I've had to be so accountable. I've also had to be accountable in my traumas, guys. I've realized that I've packed away certain traumas. I don't feel them anymore because I've just decided to not feel them anymore. But there's things that I've had to literally pull out of the closet and start feeling one by one. Also, anything in Zeguti, ni feel kanjalo is this book. Guys, I'm calling this book Free Therapy. Okay, I'm not even finished with it because I just have to take my time. I haven't done all the reflections because I'm scared to deal with the emotions that might arise from that. But I have to do it, and I'm going to do it before the end of this year. I've told myself this morning, I was reading another chapter and I said, you know what, I have to reflect before the end of this year. But that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year, is I have to be accountable for my role in things. I have to be accountable for my healing. And if I have traumas, I'm accountable to deal with those traumas. Like, I can't just say, oh being a mom has traumatized me, or Ubanban has traumatized me, what role did I play? Did I allow that person to hurt me? Did I allow this thing to, you know? Like, I hope you understand me, you guys. I don't want to talk too much. And then the biggest lesson, or one of the biggest lessons, or lesson number 3, is that consistency pays off. Like, this is such a cliche thing. You will hear any guru, any motivational speaker, anyone trying to encourage you, telling you to be consistent in what you do. I'm telling you again, you've already heard it probably a million times, but consistency works. You know what consistency does? Not only does it pay off in terms of results, okay, for instance, someone said I'm consistent in my content. It has given me opportunities to work with multiple brands. Recently, I got a gift from Avery Schlein. A free gift. If it's not a paid partnership, but it could attract a future paid partnership. There's just been consistently where I'm either getting a PR package, I'm either getting asked for my quotation, I'm either getting a campaign or what, because I've been consistent in my posting and putting out really decent content, right? So it pays off obviously in monetary value, in results or whatever. If you're exercising and you're consistent in your exercise, obviously you're going to lose weight, you're going to get more trim, you're going to get more energy, you're going to be just more vibrant, you're going to get clear skin if you have skin problems. There's a lot of benefits of that type of consistency as well. That definitely is one of the things that why I would say consistency works. And then number 2, consistency shows you what you're capable of. Consistency shows you what you're capable of. If I've said I'm not going to go a week without posting new content, I have to now think, because I can't post the same content I posted last week. So it gets me out of my comfort zone to say now I have to think of something else that I could post that could work for my Instagram or my TikTok or my YouTube, right? So it shows you what you're capable of. If I start squatting, which I've stopped, by the way, it feels so bad, but it's like December, you know? If I started squatting and I would do 50 squats each day, and then I would add 10 on the next day, add 10, and then I started adding 30, then I started to do consistently 100 squats every day, and I was like, I'm capable of this. It made me feel good to say, so mangazipusha mina kahle kahle ngumuntu so mangazipusha kahle kahle I'm capable of doing this. And then I started to see the results, and my bum was like, kahle kahle I'm a hot mom, you understand? So consistency shows you what you're capable of. And then lastly, consistency makes you improve. It makes you improve because if you do something for about 5 days, you start to see what else you can do that you're doing right now, maybe doing it differently. Well, it's basically the same as what I just said, but basically it helps you to correct your mistakes as well. Not only does it make you show you what you're capable of, but it helps you to correct amaphutha that you might be making along the way. So consistency pays off. Even if posting every day doesn't get you to your subscribers that you want or the followers that you want, but it improves your work ethic, it improves your creativity, and it's going to pay off in some way or form. If you've been posting, for instance, on TikTok consistently, but you're not getting the views or the followers, you are improving as a person. You are improving as a person, and you might be able to use that consistency or that streak in another area of your life. So it's never a waste being consistent in a good habit, not in a, obviously, if you're consistently just lazing around, that's not good, that's detrimental. But if it's a positive habit, it's a positive thing, it's never a waste. So that is it, you guys. That is it with the questions. If I've missed any, I'm so sorry, but I think I've said so much that probably the questions that you didn't even ask me were answered, and I hope that it was transparent and honest enough. I love being transparent and honest with you guys. Obviously, I mean, everyone has their private, there has to be a level of privacy here and there. I'm just not one to overshare. I used to overshare when I started in doing this channel, and I've seen the detriment in that, but at the same time, I do want you guys to really know me, to get a sense of what I'm like, what I believe in, what I love, what I don't like, what I do, and all of that. I still want that level of transparency with you guys. So yeah, with that, all of that being said, I have some sad news. You guys. I will be taking a break from YouTube. I really don't know how long the break is going to be. I'm going to take the break at the beginning of the year, and I don't know. I don't even want to lie to you. It could be a week's break. It could be a year's break. Yes, it could be a whole year. I've really been feeling like this is a season for me to just bury my head a little bit, because here on YouTube you guys get to see a lot of my life. You don't see the whole thing, you don't know everything that I get up to, but I do tend to show you quite a bit of what I'm up to if I'm being 100 with you guys. And I just feel like God is calling me into a season of a little bit of isolation, and not necessarily to hide away, because I am a content creator. I do have to produce content, and I will show you what I'm up to on Instagram and TikTok. I might even do mini vlogs on TikTok and stuff like that. I think that's an area that I want to explore as well. But I do feel like YouTube for now, I need to sort of put my camera away for a little bit when it comes to YouTube. I don't know for how long. I still need to actually I feel like this is an instruction from God, but I still need to go deeper in terms of how long do I need to stay away, and when I come back, what is the content going to be like? I have no idea. But that is just what I'm feeling in my spirit for this season. And so from January, you guys won't be seeing me around. But follow me on TikTok. I definitely think I will drop a vlog here and there on TikTok. Continue to follow me on Instagram, Facebook as well. I will drop, obviously, the content that I'm already dropping there. But for YouTube, we're going to be gone for a little bit. I don't know how long it could be. It could be just 2 weeks. But please don't unsubscribe. Please keep it locked. I might continue to post shorts as well. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the content this year. I hope that you enjoyed Vlogmas. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please tell me, what was your favorite thing about being a member of the Sister Squad this year? What did you enjoy seeing me doing? Did you see any growth? Did you appreciate the consistency? Just to pay me a compliment, but I'm willing to negotiate. Guys, but do let me know, what was your highlight of being a member of the squad this year? I appreciate your love, your consistency, your commenting, your liking, your super thanks, and those who have not used the super thanks, use it. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Do not unsubscribe. Please stay subscribed, because Ntomazana could come back at any moment. I will continue to vlog for the rest of December, so please do look forward to those videos. I love you.